day, another moment is Papa Mikey on Mtaa. And of course, I'm excited again to come back with another episode, drop another episode. We've decided it's going to be on a daily basis, man. Time and tide wait for no man. So I hope you're doing good wherever you are. It's a Thursday, 2nd October, new month of October. It sort of feels like September, the end of September was taking forever to end. I don't know why. It felt like September was, the last week of September was like it was elongated. I don't know if you felt the same way, but, slowly the year is drawing to a close and we're getting to December. No longer celebrate Christmas that much. I think you fever Christmas ilipitanga long time ago, but the year is slowly marching to an end. It's been a challenging year in its own way, but we are grateful to be able to see towards the end of the year, and we pray to figure towards the end of the year. It's a Thursday. Friday's just rolling around the corner. Of course, in Kenyan lingo, Thursday is a precursor to Friday. You have to get your groove on Friday. Sijui for miyako napeleka wapi. I don't know where you're going to be partying, but yeah, I've not partied in quite a while myself. It's been a long time since I partied. The state of the economy does not permit my savings account to be. So it's been a minute since I partied and went out, but we'll see what tomorrow holds. So on to things I've seen today. First of all, today I've seen some of the craziest things. So apparently, let me just put this article up so that you can see what exactly this is. There is, in China, there are some toilets whereby when users go to use these toilets, apparently for you to be able to get tissue paper out of that toilet or tissue paper to get from the machine that gives you the tissue, you have to either watch an advert, wait for the advert to end. You know the way on YouTube there are adverts, and you have to wait for the 4 seconds or the 5 seconds for it to play, or you have to wait for the whole entire duration of the advert to play. Exactly that. Or if you're on Truecaller, you know exactly what that is as well. The advert plays in between and you're looking, waiting to see and identify what number this is that you've called or called you. Yeah, so apparently in China, an advert plays for you to get the tissue. And a lot of people complained about it. As you'll see in the article, some said that was crap, that was shit, a shitty situation. Ironic, a shitty situation about the toilet situation. And some were saying it's like, they're creating a dystopian world, a very sad and, inhuman kind of situation. For some, there's a pay code, pale, you pay, get your tissue out. And I think if done well, I actually think that, for me, I think that's a brilliant marketing and advertising strategy. Because imagine, now of course, if you're to pull that, pulling that off in Africa is an entirely different matter altogether. You need a toilet, or you need an institution of toilets that basically are really top notch, that are serviceable, that are cleanest that you can find to be able to pull this marketing and advertising strategy. And I actually think it will make you millions of shillings. Easy. I don't know. I'm thinking, because think about it. When you go to the toilet, you're on your phone. When you go to the toilet, you're consuming some form of entertainment or media. I know everyone who goes, if you're a normal human being, you're with your phone on the toilet, you're either you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok scrolling, you're watching highlights of a game, you're reading a book. I actually like reading a book in the toilet. I don't know, it's the toilet is one of the most peaceful spots. Notwithstanding one of the most smelliest places, of course, but it's one of the most peaceful and, just you can be by yourself in the toilet. So it's a very rich place, or very, very great spot to be able to hone in and market something to someone, or play advertisements to people. So if I were to do it, if I were to run an experiment, I'm thinking make sure that you put up toilets in places that are very populous, maybe in Archives CBD. Then make sure the toilets are top-notch clean to not these city council toilets we usually see in town that are funny and shabby and perpetually stinking. Not those ones. But if you have clean, sparkling clean, well taken care of, well maintained, smelling nice, constant, what's this spray that sprays itself? I haven't forgot the name, but that constantly sprays itself at intervals. And it's smelling nice, sparkling clean. Washing the toilets is done after every 20 to 30 minutes. I strongly believe, and you put like small devices on the, now hoping someone doesn't come and steal or try to steal that device. You know, would you have to cage it now the way, you know, in Kenya, the way people in a bar or in a lounge, the way people put a TV for watching football, and then they cage that TV because there's issues, or let's say in a PlayStation gaming zone, the way they cage the TVs because they're fearful of people trying to steal the televisions. They put it in funny looking cages. So I don't know, maybe you'd have to put that cage up because I don't know if you can trust people. People might come there and try to steal that device. But I actually think it's a brilliant idea because it's similar to what, because I remember I was an intern in one of these companies that used to do advertising and do its marketing on KBS buses and public transport vehicles, the bigger ones that, you know, you'd have screens installed in the buses or installed in the public service vehicles, the longer, bigger ones, and they'd play either just for laugh clips, comedy clips, sports clips, viral clips. And then from then on now, they'd use that as a chance to, once you're glued onto the screen, they actually market stuff to you. And they used to make good money. I used to be an intern there when I was still in campus, and they used to make really good money. So I actually think I'd actually like to pull that off. If you think that's a good idea and you'd like to pull that off with me, I don't know, maybe you can get in touch. You can reach out to me because I think that would be a smart idea. Find a way to attach devices on the walls of or on the door of the toilet. Make sure the toilets are clean. Then you don't even, if it's charge a very minimal fee. How you're going to make your money is by being able to advertise to the people who come to the toilet. You're selling toilet time to companies and corporates. Toilet time is valuable time. It's precious time. Toilet time. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a crazy idea that I just saw having seen this video that you have to actually, there's some toilets in China. For you to get tissue, you have to see the advert. Moving on swiftly. Now, you know, I want you to just have a look at this clip. And some of these things, look at this guy. Look at this guy. So this guy is called Sergei Dashevsky. He won the Guinness World Record for the smallest functional bicycle in the world with a creation that measured just 8.4 centimeters. That's 3.31 inches. Just look at this guy. This is your uncle. You go out somewhere and you see your uncle doing this. You see your father doing. You see your hey, like now. Okay, now even if it's breaking a record, some of these records, can it make sense? Can it be a practical record? I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. The one thing I'd like to know is, from a physics perspective, how he was able to construct this thing to be able to bear the weight and to be, you know, not tilt to either side. I think that's what I'd like to know. To be able to bear the weight. And also, it must be, hey, this one, like, you talking, you see someone doing that, you wonder what the hell is going on with this guy. But I wonder some of these records, is it just, I just think at this point it's that the purpose is just breaking a record, but not practicality at all. It gives me this transition to the case of ageism and African footballers. And a lot of African footballers have been accused, or not accused, but let me say there's been suspicions and allegations that not all, a lot, let me say few African footballers lie about their ages. And there's this guy, he's called Mahamadou Sangare, 18 years of age, with a hat-trick for Manchester City in the UEFA Youth League. Now, you look at this guy, now, and not judging or anything, but there are some people who actually look older than their age. I remember in high school, there was this guy we used to have in high school Man, the guy looked like he was 50 plus. That guy looked like he was about to ask for pension the following year, because that guy looked old. Yeah, the skin was sagging and all that. And I understood there was some condition. I don't know if it's a health condition, and it's not to make fun of them, but there are some people who actually look older than their ages. And if you go through the comments of this post on X, it's just people are saying, man, this guy, come on. I mean, there's no way you're you're 18 years of age looking like that. You must be over 35. You must be over 40. I mean, damn it. I mean, and the number of, I remember this footballer from Lazio. He was, there was a time they were saying that guy was, I think, under 17, hot prospect, youth, potential. The guy looked, man. You look at that guy. There's no way that guy is under 40. And he lasted for a very short while in Lazio, which is an Italian club. So I don't know. Some of these things are just hilarious to see. I just think some guys, there's something, there's a condition that makes them, and I'd like to know what that condition is, by the way. I'm not going to pretend like I know exactly what it is. The scientific term and how it comes about. I'll go and study more of it. If you know as well, please share with me in the comments what kind of condition this is. Yeah, but there are some people who actually look way beyond their ages. Not that they're not that age, but they just look way older. Like this kid, Mohamedou Sangare, if he's 18, is one of the oldest looking 18-year-olds I've ever seen. But all the best to Mohamed Sangare. Nowadays, I see a lot of, and it's not because of judgment or anything, it's just out of curiosity. A lot of ladies who are getting married, I find, or I see, or I note that they don't drop their maiden name. So they keep their two names, then they they acquire the husband's name as the last name. So the name is going to be something like, if she's called, let's say, I'm being very careful because I saw this of someone I know, so I don't want to mention them. Let's say it's Elizabeth and she's called Elizabeth Awiti. And then the husband is called Keeping a Teach. Let's use it for example, just that. It's not, if I know you and you're called that, please don't take it personally. So Elizabeth Awiti, and the husband is called, let's say, something Keeping a Teach. So you find that the lady, instead of saying the way it used to be, back in the day, I knew like wives used to have the Elizabeth, then would take the Keeping a Teach, drops her names, takes the Keeping a Teach. Nowadays I note, or I see a lot of ladies, it's Elizabeth Awiti, Keeping a Teach. The Keeping a Teach comes after the two names. So I'd like to know, like, why is it a trend nowadays? Because I know a lot of ladies have done this. Not, putting the husband's name as the third or the last name. The first two names, they maintain their first name and their maiden name. Is there anything in particular? Is there any strong reason? Like why, from a curious perspective, yeah, why is it, before you start accusing someone of being misogynist and all these funny things, which just reminds me, people just misuse that word. So it's just from a curiosity perspective. Of course, every person has the freedom to do what as they choose. Is it because of the process of changing names? The legal procedure is long. Is it because of rejecting, let's say, patriarchal norms and systems the way they used to be? Let me know down in the comments. Why is it that nowadays, ladies, you find they keep their two names and then the husband's name is taken as a third name? Whereas before or earlier on, with our grandparents and all, it used to be the first name, your name, and then your whole name has changed. So your second name is no longer what it used to be, is no longer Awiti. Now you're Keeping a Teach. Let me know on the comments. And please remember to check my YouTube channel. And if you like, subscribe and share as well. I'd appreciate that. And have a wonderful Thursday. See you on Friday.